Bonafide Hustler here, and today I'm going to kind of tell you why I look like this. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, coming to you live from the inside of my living room, and it's kind of a poorly lit scene. Sorry. This video has nothing to do with reselling, so if you're here for like super cheddar content, it's not going to happen in this video, but there's some important takeaways that's going to come from this video, and I do want you to hear me out. All right, so what happened the other day? If you can kind of see what's going on, I have bruising on my face, I have bruising on my body, I have a gash right here that might have needed stitches, but I think it's closing up pretty good. What happened the other day? So as you guys might know, and I'm going to kind of freely talk this out, as you guys might know, I engage in some activities such as mountain biking, surfing, snowboarding, wakeboarding, wake surfing. Like, I love that kind of stuff. It's really been part of me for the past 2 decades, maybe even more. And a lot of people that watch my videos are like, man, you have such a great positive outlook on life. Like, you're just living it, and that's really cool. And some of you guys out there and gals might wonder, like, how do you get so happy? Like, how do you get, to seeing the positive of everything and enjoying the moment for what it is? And I really do believe it's because of certain activities that I do behind the scenes. And I do lift a lot too. So I lift, I work out all the time. And I do other things like fun cardio, basically is what I call it. And so the other day, this was actually 2 days ago, I was doing fun cardio with a group of people, thank God. And there's going to be a video here that I'm going to show you. It's going to be a little unsettling for some, so I kind of caution against it. There's no blood or anything, but there was a lot of blood on the scene. And there's something that happens. There's an accident that happens, and I'm in it. And I kind of want to just caution you guys before, but more importantly, basically what goes on in the video, and you'll see it, is I do a ledge drop that I've done many times. And at the end of the video, I'll just show the ledge drop that I do perfectly on a mountain bike. And this one time last weekend, 2 days ago actually, I did the ledge drop. I was a little fatigued and I did it wrong, and I went straight into a tree, head on into a tree. Well, I did land it, but like, I went directly smack into a tree.
Oh, are you okay?
So a couple things that I wanted to share with you guys, because there's gonna be a video tomorrow that's gonna be like reselling related, kind of a funny video tomorrow coming up. And you're gonna see like stuff on my face, and you're gonna be like, what the hell happened to you? So I don't really want those comments to be all about that. I'd rather address that here. So basically, I did this ledge drop incorrectly. My brother was filming, and that could be one of the reasons why I just went for one more. And yeah, so I went off this ledge, and I do it, incorrectly, and I go right into a tree, and my entire body like directly into it, and you can see the tree shake and everything. Now, if you notice in the video that there's a red kind of padding on the other tree to the right, and that's because the person that hit that tree suffered 5 broken ribs, a broken scapula or a fractured scapula, and a punctured lung on July 7th. So like I said, I do these kind of things, these activities, because they make me really happy. Like, I like pushing my body to the limit. And there are some learnings to this. If you're watching this going, why do you do this kind of stuff? I want you guys to know that I slowly build up to these kind of things. It's not like I just go out to a trail and I see things and I just start going crazy. It's not like that. I build myself up to these things. And like I said before, I've done this obstacle like 20 times, okay? So yeah. So a couple of things that I learned, outside of the fact that the tree hurt really, really bad, is that, life is very precious, that's for sure. I was so scared. I didn't black out, thank God. But I was so scared the second that it all happened. And I'm sharing this video because I want people to realize a couple things about life. But let's talk about that moment. So I was scared, I hit the tree, like I didn't black out, which was good. blood was everywhere at that point. My brother freaked out, not freaked out, but he turned into like nurse mode. And for all the people that are wondering, like, is E-Money a nurse now? He is. So he calmed me down. I had to sit down and everything. Blood was pouring out of my head. Helmet was cracked. And I just looked down at my shin, and my shin was almost like twice the size of what it normally is. So I was like convinced it was broken. And at that point, I started feeling for my teeth and my entire face, and I was like, Emerson, are my teeth there? And he was like, they look okay. And I started feeling around. I didn't know if I wanted to feel around, but I did. And I was just terrified. You know, I have health insurance and stuff like that. It's just, I don't want to go through such a setback in life. And I realized that a couple things were at play that day. So here's kind of like the learning that I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about. And that is, one, I'm proud of living this kind of life. I love it, and it's exciting, and it's just fun, and it leads to like really good happiness inside. It's actually been shown that true flow state is harnessed by people that are like surfers, professional downhill mountain bikers, snowboarders, things like that. Like these brainwave, 2 out of 5 brainwaves get stimulated when you're doing certain active movements. And other people that experience these kind of brainwaves that are the key to ultimate happiness are people like coders, people that really work hard on a project that they have a direct like influence on, for example. So if you do research on flow states, you'll start to see like, oh wow, there's like big correlations between active lifestyle, like super active lifestyle, and intense happiness. So that kind of answers maybe the concerns earlier, which is like, how do you stay so happy? Like over all these years, you're always like in a really good mood and stuff like that. And I really do think it's because I do things like this. So now the other learning I wanted to share with you guys was that there are a couple learnings. And the other one is, you know, if you're going to do things like this, do it with a partner, friends, whatever. Don't ever go out alone. And yeah, wear appropriate protection, you know, helmet, everything. If you are surfing or anything like that, make sure you know how to swim. Make sure you know what to do if the board leash, you know, gets cut out from under you and you're just by yourself in a riptide and waves smashing you on the head. Like that's happened to me before. But one of the things that I did want to leave you guys with was that it must have been maybe 3 days prior. I listened to a podcast on the Joe Rogan podcast. He has a show, it's a podcast, whatever. Kevin Hart was on it. It was 2 months ago. And Kevin Hart was talking about his big like crash and how, I think it was an auto accident. He broke his back and everything like that. They had to like fuse a bunch of vertebrae together. And the doctor basically said, you know, had you not been physically kind of, your physical prowess, had it not been trained up for that, had you not been working out all this time, had you not been a super active kind of person, like you probably would not be walking basically at this point. And he said, you'll never know, and this is the big key takeaways, you never know when you're going to need to cash in all that work. And perhaps we can look at it in a COVID sense. You know, if you get COVID, like, wouldn't you want to get COVID being like the healthiest person possible? So treat your body right in a health food standpoint, but treat your body right in a also standpoint as in like strengthen it out. Like go work out. It's okay to work out. It's cool to work out. It's good to, you know, build lean muscle or get big if you want to, because you never know when you're going to need to cash that kind of stuff in life. And I do believe that 2 days ago was one of those times in my life where all the work I'd put into the gym and all the work I'd put into practicing and all this kind of stuff, you know, the active movements that I do, all of it came down to a singular moment where, you know, I think my body tensed up like a split second before. On the video, you can hear me say like an expletive because I knew it was going to happen. And I must have braced in a certain way that allowed me to not have any broken bones, no punctured lungs, no fractured ribs. And I hit this thing dead on. I mean, you can hear the smack in the video. It is very, very creepy for me to keep watching the video over and over, even though I do. And I'm glad that I'm okay. How do I feel? I feel okay. I mean, this doesn't hurt anymore. It's just visual, like, scarring. My shin does hurt, but it's not broken or anything like that. I didn't get stitches, and I think the wound is healing. This definitely is more scarring, but it hurts a little bit, but I still work out. And really, the interesting thing about it is once I realized I had to be kind of like helped by 4 people out of the trail, because I was in a really precarious position or a spot of the trail where it was like a valley. So there's no way I could have walked out by myself thinking that my shin was broken. So 4 people helped me out, and once I put some pressure on my left leg, I realized, and my brother realized, he's like, I don't think it's broken, because if it was broken, you would never be able to do that. So I actually rode out of that park that day on a paved path back to the car, and I was worried about, because I have a stick shift car, I was worried about like, how's it gonna feel when I have to press the clutch pedal in, like all this kind of stuff, and I still did it all. Got home and got swollen, iced it a bunch, and here I am. And I'm lucky. But am I lucky is really the question, Am I lucky, or was I smart enough to put in all that work beforehand, before something serious was gonna happen, And we can all look at this in many different ways. One is a physical fitness sense, like, you probably wanna be trained up, because you never know when the day is that you're gonna take a fall, or you might get in a car wreck or something. Maybe you want to invest a little bit more into your nutrition, because you never know when some pandemic crazy disease comes around, or virus, and might try to attack your body. And you never know the value of mental fitness until you experience loss, or sadness, or divorce, or something like that. I wouldn't wait until those times in that shock to get prepared. I think it's really important to be prepared beforehand. And so I want to leave this video, or this video in general, on my channel, so you guys can maybe reference it and go back and go, what's the real message here? And the real message is, don't wait until it's too late to do important things for your life. And for me, my physical fitness seemed to have paid off that day. My mental fitness is really good, because after I realized like everything was sort of going to be okay, I immediately went into rehab mode, and I was already, back to eating all my good food. I was back to training on Monday. This happened on a Sunday morning. I was back to the gym on Monday doing my normal workout. Today's Tuesday, did my normal workout. And just back to the things that, what I believe really helped me out. And so I want to leave this here for you guys to process. And right about the 45 or 50-minute mark on that Joe Rogan podcast with Kevin Hart from 2 months ago, you can hear his kind of like thoughts on his accident, and how he kind of ties it as well to his physical well-being. And one of the things he told Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan obviously is a very fit guy, but he was like, you never know when you're going to need to cash in all that work. All right, so don't wait. All right, do it preventatively, even if you don't do risky behaviors like I do or anything like that. Don't wait. It makes no sense to wait. Have yourself trained up, because you never know when life is going to test you. And I would think that everyone would want to be prepared for that, mentally, spiritually, physically, all those kind of things. There are ways you can prep for all that kind of stuff. So I'm okay. All right. And I just wanted to share this with you guys, and make sure that when you see me in another video or two, and you still see the scars and everything, you go, oh, I wonder what happened. Now you know. That's pretty much it, and I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustler video, which comes out tomorrow. I bought some really crazy stuff that I swear I would never buy from a thrift store, and I bought 4 of them yesterday. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Take it easy, guys. Bye!